In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem. Bluff City Media presents the Two Buck Sports Show with your hosts, Rusty Buckets and Uncle Buck. Now, let's get to the show.
Welcome to the Two Buck Sports Show. I'm your host, Wayno, and with me, Kenny, Blockhead,
Right.
Stubblefield.
We are here, baby. Welcome to the Two Buck Sports Show. Shout out to Wayno, baby.
Yeah,
Bringing
I
the
forgot what weird
energy.
feels like.
Does that make you lightheaded when you do that? Because it makes me lightheaded watching you.
Sometimes, I must admit, I have to wait for the blood to flush back through.
Hold on. Time out. Give me a second.
It's like afterwards, I'll do that little pause, like, where am I? Like,
Wait. I blacked out for a second. Where am I?
self concussion.
Oh, my gosh. Wayno, what's up, man? How are you?
You know, just chilling out 4 o'clock in the morning Oz time. I'm good, man. I'm pumped. Like, I'm still riding a bit high, I must admit, after yesterday's game.
Yeah, last night's game was a lot of fun, and we need to get to it. We've got a chock full show today. Obviously, Rusty and Drew are out still. Drew will be out for an extended period of time. Like I said yesterday, he called me and told me 50% of power is back, and so they got to keep grinding to get it down to 0% of people without power. They're working hard. Rusty decided to move in the middle of an ice storm here in Memphis, Tennessee. And so he's got no internet. And so he's trying to get it. It's supposed to get fixed today. So we'll probably see Rusty back.
They tell us all this. In my head, all I keep thinking, everyone's just home making babies. Everyone's just home making babies. All these excuses. We're all friends here. We're all friends.
We're all friends here. They're just making babies. Rusty's like, my internet is out. My internet is out. Yeah,
there's no power.
No power. Oh,
we're all in the dark.
Yeah. Ooh, you know what that means. That's funny. So you got me and Wayno today, and I'm kind of glad it's me and you today because, listen, we get to celebrate a win, bro. The Grizzlies snapped a 6-game losing streak to win against the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. And I would be a good podcast host if I would actually bring up box scores. I'm not smart enough to remember actual scores. They won
137, 128.
Thank you so much. 137 to 128. It was an offensive juggernaut of a game by both teams. Super impressive shot making, right? Like it was some elite shot making last night.
Yeah. I got to ask you, I know you've talked about it since, I think you did the post-game show.
Yeah, Parrish and I did the post-game show last night.
Yeah. Oh man, good to see Parrish. Good to see Parrish back on the show, man.
Like behind the scenes, when Parrish said he wanted to do the show, I was like, shit, now I got to watch the actual game. Damn it. Because Parrish is good at what he does. I was like, now I got to come prepared. God, dog.
He's like a secret agent, doesn't say much, but just slides in, like drops these little nuggets of truth, and he's a mysterious man. I like him.
He doesn't talk much, but when he talks, you better listen. That's what Parrish is to BCM, 100%.
So I know you talked about it, so I want to ask you this one off the bat.
Yeah,
was that our best win of the season?
No, I saw you put that in the comment section. No. I don't think it was the best one of the season. I think for me it felt good, right? Like it was probably the most feel good win of the season. Because we had lost so many games, and I think we had kind of resigned ourselves to the fact that, okay, this is going to be a tank season. You got folks thinking they're not going to win. They're going to actively try not to win another game for the rest of the year. And so you have to almost like gird up your loins to like, okay, like how
your loins.
Like how are we going to survive these next few months and literally only discuss losses, right? Like that's kind of where we were at as a media entity, is trying to figure out like how do we make this tankathon season that's happening.
33 more games of losing fourth quarters.
Yeah. And like go negative when we need to, but also at the same time, like keep it positive and like, hey, listen, this is all a part of a grand design. And so getting a win last night was a welcome, like just such a feel good moment, because let's be frank about it. Minnesota's great.
They're playing really well,
and they beat the crap out of them last night. Like it felt like Memphis had control of that game pretty much the entirety of the time.
Yeah, I thought that was our back-to-back, and I thought in both games we translated the energy and effort.
Yeah,
and like definitely having Jared back out there. Such a unicorn, so frustrating because he was so efficient. He played so well. He wasn't the he wasn't the takeover Jaren that we've been screaming for or anything like that. But he was just so in control, and they had no answer for him.
Right.
And that's almost like, for me, like watching games like that, that's almost like the argument when he plays like that. Like that's the argument to keep him. Do you know?
Yeah.
Because if we're going to be any sort of team, like we're going to go up against Minnesota again. Like they're not going anywhere. This team's been really good, and they kept pretty much their core together this season, as what they had walked into last year. So it's almost like, damn, like Jared, they have no answer for you. Like he's doing up and unders under
Rudy Gobert.
Yeah. He looked amazing. Like, and then I'm like, you won't fool me, unicorn. You won't fool me.
Well, here's the thing. I think it's okay for us to have this conversation and say, we know, like, it's kind of changing your expectations on what Jaren Jackson Jr. is for this team. He's not a closer, but he is throughout that first 3.5 quarters of a game, a walking mismatch. Like he is a guy that can, like, what I saw last night in him was not necessarily needing to be the closer at the end of the game, because you saw Ty Jerome come back in with 3 minutes. You saw Cam Spencer hit 7 points in the fourth quarter. You saw who else? I think it was really Cam and Ty that went off in that fourth quarter.
Man.
But I'm telling you, it was the steady, slow drip of Jaren Jackson Jr. and the presence that he provided out there on the court throughout the entirety of the game that showed that, like, kept Minnesota at bay. Like they had to respect the fact that Jaren Jackson Jr. was out there. And what I liked about it was one of the things we've complained about with him is, man, he'll come out in that first quarter and come out in that second quarter and have 20 points at half, and then end the game with 4 points or 24 points. And you're like, well, in the last half of the game, you only took 3 shots and had 4 points. Like, we need more. He had 11 points at the half and ended the game with 30.
He played really well. Like, he was that's the thing. He was a factor.
Yeah.
I guess with Tripp, it's going to come down to the end of the day whether you're happy enough to keep paying a unicorn the money you're paying him as like kind of like a third option, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there's give and take with that. I mean, it's not out of the questions. Looks like we're going to be headed towards like a lot of young players. Sorry, one sec. You mentioned Cam. I got to say, I really like Jaden McDaniels, and I would love to see him in Memphis Blue.
Yes.
He played fantastic last night.
Oh, he was awesome.
I got some advice for him though. You don't want to play Cam with a chip on his shoulder.
Yeah.
I want Cam with a chip on his shoulder every game, because that fourth, man, they were chirping, and that deep 3 he hit.
Oh my
gosh. Oh my gosh. I was like, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him.
And let's not get it twisted. Like, Jaden McDaniels is the defensive stopper on that team. He is the guy that he's that hybrid wing player that can guard it in the paint and also try. And they put him on the hottest wing at the time, right? So he's the guy that they unleashed to play really hard defense. He had a fantastic offensive game, but in the fourth quarter, who was he guarding? He was guarding Cam Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
they'll put all that pressure on.
They were
the
putting.
Ball handle.
They had Julius running at him when Cam would bring the ball up the floor. They had Jaden on him and Julius rushing. And I'm going to be honest with you, man. Julius Randle is a scary individual when he comes running at you. Like, dude, he is so big and so physical. Oh my God.
Look, I really like Randle. I know he has his faults, and I have definitely seen him like take plays off, especially when he was in New York.
Yeah.
And he can be known to be a bit sulky, but I just love him because he's a bit old school and he's a bit bull in a china shop.
Tell me
he's going through you. Like, there's no Euro step, there's nothing. He's going through you. Like, that's his game. And I kind of respect that,
Well, I mean, you saw it. I think Jaron had Julius Randle posted up I think it might have been the first half, and Jaron had the ball out, which he did. Jaron is so goofy sometimes. Like, he shows the ball way too much, right? Like, when you're in the post, like, the goal is to bring it close to you and not show it. He brings it up here and he's like, "Hey, Julius, come get the ball." And Julius, man, like, if Julius had just gone pink and touched it, the ball would have been out. But he went violently, like, oh, and like hit the ball. He hit the majority of the ball, but the centrifugal force of the wind and the power behind Julius, the torque and all that, it just almost blew Jaron's shoulder off. So they called a foul. That dude is a violent and in a good way, a violent individual. Like, I think he's a lot of fun. I think here's the thing. We talk a lot of crap about him. I think Memphis would love Julius Randle on this team.
Yeah. Oh, no doubt. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, like any player, he has his flaws and all that, but like that ball in a China shop mentality, like we would eat that up like a week, if that, before we're all on board.
Yeah. No, it's crazy, man. But you're right. Like, Cam Spencer he had a rough first 3 quarters of the game. Wasn't shooting the ball well, but showed up in the fourth quarter. And again, with Jaron, if you have guys that are, I guess, by nature able to like step up in the fourth quarter and like either extend wins out, or, hold teams at bay, or even, come back from a deficit. A guy like Ty Jerome is clearly able to do that. It's what he did in Cleveland and what we've seen him do in these last 2 games with Memphis. You need Jaron to be more consistent in those 3 quarters, and last night he was. Like, last night he was fantastic.
I mean, I think DiVincenzo had us all sweating there, right?
Oh, man.
Dude, I was like, oh, no. Like, he started to catch on fire. I'm like, oh, man, no, don't, please, no. Like, but like, we spoke yesterday actually about after that first tie game back, we spoke about just the way I keep putting it in my head is like the different pay grade,
Right.
like the different, sorry, Cam, you only have Section 3 clearance,
Right.
here,
Yeah.
Ty walks in,
level 15, level 15.
24, yep, top 4.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. And, it was kind of funny because, we hit that 3-minute mark, or I think it was a little bit more than 3 minutes left. And
3 minutes and 5 seconds.
Yeah, Cam had just hit those threes and
yeah,
it was chirping, looking really good. And then the substitution happened. And like, I was like, okay. And I'm like, have faith. And then Ty comes in and just closes this game out. Like just cool, calm, collected with the ball, plays at his own pace. And I mean, I watched that game again last night over here. And I was just watching it and just going like, he's such a system guy and perfect for this system because you watch him with the ball, there's no slow walking the ball up.
Yeah,
it's always pushing the pace. It's always looking for angles. He's such a really good reads the game so well that he doesn't get. I find that he just doesn't get trapped with the ball.
Yeah,
like maybe Cam may be a little bit more hesitant, has to really work his way out of a quick double team.
Yeah.
Whereas Ty kind of sees it coming beforehand and will get that pass off real quick.
Right. You saw that no look pass to Jalen under the basket, right? How filthy that was. Yeah.
And even some of his drives, I'm like there's a couple last night where I just thought, that would also be like a really nice drop off if he needed the option. So always navigating, always surveying the floor. And I think that's just kind of like the biggest thing with the system and Tomas and everything. Like for me, it's just like, is it too little too late or have we just been injured?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, and I'm sorry, I think this is Cohen, if I'm right. I think is this Cohen?
This is our New Zealand mate.
Is that our New Zealand mate?
Come on, bro. Put your real name on there. Come on,
I think it's Cohen. I think I got it right.
Cohen. Yeah, it's
Cohen. Cohen says this team looks so much different and structured with a real point guard running the ship. Right? Like that is that kind of the answer, right? Like the team looks so much better when Ja Morant plays. The team looks so much better when Ty Jerome plays. Like even in the first game they lost to Minnesota 2 games ago, the energy level and the effort level, the efficiency level looked better with Ty Jerome out there.
Yeah.
It didn't lead to a win because you didn't have Jaren Jackson Jr. out there for the entirety of the game. But when you bring Jaren back and you have Ty Jerome back, who is a legit point guard in the league, this whole thing looks better. And shockingly upon shockingly, Wayno, when you play really good players, you win games. Like
look, I'm not by any means, I'm not excusing like the rotations or whatnot. I just sort of think that sometimes the rotations look that bad just because there is no one else. We're playing like for all
like Javon Small's getting 20 minutes in a game, right?
Yeah, we're talking about like third string, like end of the bench players, and that's where I kind of like praise him a bit. It's like he's actually, if anything, like he's gotten I don't know there's a lot of other coaches out there who would get what he's gotten out of the end of the bench on regular minutes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And in some aspects, silver lining, like he's actually improved their stock, like he's actually improved their value. So other teams might look like we spoke about on the show, like we've spoke about like the improvement of GG Jackson. How about like the improvement of Vince?
Right.
Vince had like a 17-point assist game this season. Who saw that coming? Not me. Like, Jock, like revitalize his career. Like that dude might get paid.
I hope he gets paid, and I hope it's with Memphis, to be honest.
I hope it's with us. I mean, and his stats last night, a little bit of Aussie bias, I suppose, but I was watching him and I was just like, his stats don't drop off the sheet to you, but like the space that he was creating, the second chance points, like that's the type of players we need coming in for his position. Do you know what I mean? So I thought it was a great collective win. The guys deserved it. I watched I don't know how many people watch I understand people are totally out on coach. That's totally fine. I think like his undoing is going to be his unwillingness to be flexible. Do you know what I mean? Like even like with so many injuries, like you said it, like play your best guys. Like, but I think watching all these presses is one thing throughout this season that keeps coming up with him, and that's practice time. And I think maybe that's his biggest adjustment is the limited amount of practice time that these guys actually have. Through a regular 82-game regular season, like they're on the move, they're on the road a lot.
Yes.
I think that's like probably his biggest hurdle. And if he is here next season, I honestly think we've got another season of him. I don't see Zach Kleiman backing down. I mean, if they do move on from him, like fair enough, totally understand it. But I feel like we've got one more season, and I don't know, man. Like it's like we got yesterday I said we've got 34 games left. Let's see what you got. What are you going to give us? This team might look totally different, but we're now looking at 33 games left for the season. We're coming off a really good win, and I think we could. Tanking is one thing, but man, like winning is so much fun.
Well, let me tell you, I think you brought up. I haven't heard anybody else in all of the media that covers Memphis Grizzlies talk about the lack of the adjustment that Isolo has had to go through in terms of just the practice schedule, right?
Yeah.
Like, dude, I think that I want to do a little bit more deep dive onto that, and I will do a little bit more deep dive on that. But I wonder if that's been as impactful as even the injuries to Tomas Isolo and how he coaches this year,
I think so.
And just the adjustment that he's had to make as coming over to this league compared to the leagues he's been in prior to this league.
I think for their seasons, they have a lot longer preseason.
Right.
So they get to install like their systems like really early on. So basically when their season starts, they hit the road running. And like, look at the start of this year, like we had guys when Jaren was out right to the last minute.
Yeah. Played the last preseason game. Yeah.
Yeah. So like, and that's again, like, I'm not trying to scapegoat this or
no, it's the reality of the situation. As nuanced as we want to be with the players, we have to be as nuanced with the coaching staff as well, I would suspect.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay, like we've got a rookie coach. Like complaining about it isn't going to change anything. Like we got to deal with that as fans. Like, we got to accept that we got a rookie coach. Like, but I mean, I see the signs there. I mean, even with a disgruntled Jar, we've seen big Jar games in this system.
Right.
Even as confusing as Jared is sometimes, like he's had pretty big games this season, been consistent. So like, I don't know. I get a little sick of the same old coaching carousel.
Right.
Like the last thing I would want is like a Doc Rivers in Memphis. Do you know what I mean? Like just like the same. Also, like I'm happy to try a new coach out. Do you know what I mean? But yeah. Interesting. I just I really hope we make the play-in. I really hope we can make a push. 33 games left. Let's do it. Like we can still have our cake and eat it too. We can still get high in the. Yeah. And I'm not saying like let's not aim for getting into this lottery. Like that's ZK's job. Get in there, do your thing. Like if you need to move some pieces to make that happen, and this draft is as good as everyone's saying it is, make that happen. Yeah. Make that happen. But that doesn't mean we have to totally bottom out to do that.
Yeah. Shout out to Chris, host of the No Bullpen podcast. They went live yesterday at 5 p.m. and fantastic show. But Chris says, to that point, though, it sounded like the players were getting fed the system a lot over the summer, at least preparing as much as they could. Yeah. And I think that's like really that's one of the things that we really highlighted early on in the year was that it felt like when you heard G.G. Jackson talk in particular, it felt like he knew his role coming into the season better than he had in the previous two under Taylor Jenkins, right? So I agree. The players are absolutely getting kind of, I guess, on the fly coaching even during the summertime when they were implementing the system and what it was going to look like. It just takes time, and especially when you don't have a whole lot of practice time. I'm with you on that though. Like, and again, in any situation, when you're able to play your best players, when your best players are available to you, whatever system you run is going to look good. Because Ty Jerome's a good ball player, Jaren Jackson Jr. is a good ball player. When Zach Edey's out there, everything looked really good, right? Because he's a really good ball player. When Ja's out there playing, it looks good.
Yeah, like the problem is like we had such small sample sizes,
Right.
but they're still there.
Yeah.
Do you know, like they're still there. So like, it's all, I suppose, people call me like, was it glass half full, half empty kind of guy?
You've been half full on certain things and half empty on other things. You've been in full dad mode. You've been in full dad mode these last few weeks, without a doubt.
Look, actually, speaking of dad mode, I went dad mode yesterday on Java.
You did.
I don't want to do that again.
Let's not do it.
I will just say this, just on Jar, like watching that game last night, watching him on the bench, whatnot. I couldn't help but think, like, what's Jar thinking? Like, what's going through what's his gauge on this situation? Like, where's his headspace on this? Because he could be part of this. He just needed to buy in, and he's just wasted so much time. And not just this season, but previous seasons. He's just wasted so much time. Like, sometimes I think, man, Jar would make a great tennis player because then you don't have to worry about anyone else.
Just be by himself.
It's a team game, man. Like
a golfer. He could be a great golfer.
Yeah, it's up to your leaders, and it's like the coaching staff, whatever coach can come in and have their own systems, because that's what happens. Like each coach comes in, brings a new system, and there are new identity and beliefs. But it's up to the players to make it, and the leaders specifically to make it culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's, I think, the biggest disappointment is, like, we probably could have had a lot more success earlier on this season with a bit more buy-in and a bit more give.
Yeah, Chris said it right. He clarified it 20 minutes, but 28 minutes of Ja and 20 minutes of Ty would be elite. Right?
Well, I mean, we talk about access to the next level, right? Ja had the key to the whole house. What are we doing?
I'll be frank with you. I still think he has the keys. I think he still has the keys. I really do, because I don't think they're going to get what they want for him. And I think as much, I don't know, man. I don't know what the next step is. Like, moving off Ja, what would that look like? I don't know what that would look like at this point.
Well, at the moment, he's still on the roster, so we just got to roll with that.
I don't buy this at all. I don't think this has anything to do with it.
He vouched for it. What are we talking about?
Yeah, I don't think this has anything to do with it. But
what?
That's cool. But hey, one guy that we can, one guy that we know has, I think that we can credit a lot of his success, not only just to his own work ethic, but understanding the role that Tomas Isolo has given to him in the offseason. We've seen it start to flourish in these last couple of weeks. And I want to do a spotlight on Gigi Jackson. That guy.
I feel like we are the wrong people for this. I feel like this should be Chris and Rusty, and they could just swoon.
Yeah, right. I feel like this is like it has been hilarious. The two biggest Gigi Jackson stands on Bluff City Media haven't really had a chance to talk about him as much. But good Lord, that dude, like, and maybe it's good that it's me and you, because like Rusty and Chris are known for their willingness to stand until the last minute possible. But man, Gigi Jackson Jr., I don't know why I keep calling him Junior. It's not Junior. Gigi Jackson has been phenomenal and has unleashed a new level of athleticism for this team. At 6'9", 220 pounds, he is starting to play like you were seeing him do things that there's not many guys in the league can do like he can.
I would just say that if you were to like YouTube Gigi Jackson Memphis highlight mix on YouTube, that I think the majority of that content would be over the last 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Because dude has just been on a tear. I love. There's nothing that gripes me more as an NBA fan as seeing dudes tall as a gum tree who like refuse to attack the rim. Right. How many times have you been like, man, if I had that height, and in your head you'd be ripping down the rim. Like to see Gigi Jackson, I don't know what clicked, man. I just feel like all of a sudden he goes, you know what?
I'm freaking
these arms are long, yo. These are some long ass arms. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go over the top. I don't know what the hell's gotten into him. I love it. Give me more of it. Yeah, I was definitely out on GG Jackson at one stage this season. Not that I was out. I was just like,
he's a non-factor. He's in the he's with the hustle. Like he's not even playing games.
Yeah, essentially, we're talking about a guy that like is kind of towards the latter half of the bench.
Right.
And now he's done the work.
Jitty is getting minutes and Gigi's not.
Yeah,
what is going on here,
Yeah, and now it's just like, man, I love the aggressiveness. I love that he is like the aggressiveness is a big part of it for me. Like him attacking the rim is huge, and that's what's going to get him more minutes. Yeah. But it is like you guys have touched on it through the past couple of weeks. It's like it's the defense, it's the rebounding.
Yes.
He has taken away the label of being a one-dimensional player, in my opinion.
He has.
Like, because for always, like since that Milwaukee game in our injury-riddled season where he dropped the big numbers, on the Bucks,
right?
It's always been like such a scorer, like just unleash the scoring, 20 points a game. But I can't remember. I think it might have been Parrish, might have been Chris the other day. We were talking about like just him unlocking those other factors, like the defense, and that's the reason why he didn't get the starting nod. Do you know what I mean? So I like the slow development of GG Jackson. Yeah, I kind of, I'm like everyone, like we're so injury depleted. Just put him in the starting lineup, you know. But in that sense, I also have the same take as I did with Said, is that don't worry about it, don't stress, because like at the start of this season, we've said my whole take was, don't worry about it, because as soon as he gets it, like he's not going to let the reins go.
Yeah,
it'll be inevitable. Yeah. And I feel like it's the same with GG Jackson. Once he gets that final nod, like, yep, you've earned it, get your starting minutes, it's going to be very hard for someone to take him off him, especially if he's playing at this level.
Well, in that first Minnesota game, there was a sequence of defensive plays, and Chris said it. He said it's finally consistent on both ends. Thank you, baby Jesus. Yes, 13-pound baby Jesus. Thank you. You ever seen Talladega Nights?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. There's a sequence where he was guarding. He had a couple of he had a couple of closeouts in the corner where he challenged Jaden McDaniels and Anthony Edwards on closeouts in the corner. And then very next play down, Rudy Gobert's big, tall, ugly ass comes down the middle of the lane. Or no, it was on the free throw. It was on a free throw. He airballed a free throw. Then he missed a free throw. Loose ball, got the ball, and tried to yam on everybody on the Grizzlies. And the guy that was meeting him with physicality in the paint was Gigi. And you see, go watch the clip. The clip is incredible. Rudy Gobert's taking his entire shoulder and just boom, busting it into Gigi's chest. And Gigi just stands and takes it. He takes it. And then he meets him at the apex and blocks his dunk attempt. He tried to dunk on everybody, and Gigi met him at the apex. So the idea, like the consistency on both ends, is his willingness to not only use his size and physicality in the paint against a legitimate big man in the NBA, but then also close out on Jaden McDaniels, close out on Anthony Edwards, guard screens, go over pick and rolls instead of go under and take the easy way out. Vince Williams, he's willing to do so much more that helps the team than he was a few years ago, and it's only natural. He's still only 21 years old. He's been in the league 3 years and is only 21 years old. Like his growth has been awesome, and I do think in a lot of ways you have to give credit to Isolo for allowing him to develop the way that he is.
Yeah, I think so. I think a lot of, I think it did start with Jenkins, though. Like, I wouldn't take too much. I think Jenkins didn't do anything wrong when he had him in not playing him. Like, he wasn't ready yet. Do you know what I mean? But
the way that Gigi talked about it, he said he didn't know his role. And that's a big issue. Right?
Yeah.
Like, that's a big issue.
And like, if we rewind back to after the Jenkins stuff and, during the coaching search and stuff like that, like some of the things we were talking about, on the network and in the chat rooms and stuff like that, was there was a couple of things. I was like, what was the first? The first one was mind blank. God damn it. Totally mind blank. So don't worry.
Yeah, no, it's all good. But no, and Chris says if they move off John Tripp, it unlocks what you can do in this year's draft. If you keep Ja and Tripp, it unlocks what you can do because now you don't have to target. I don't think you have to go target a small forward elite wing that can come in immediately and play right now. I think you can go get another position. You can go figure out if like what's our big man situation, like replenish the big man, situation. Go get you a what's the kid from North Carolina, Caleb Wilson. Go get you go figure out one of those kinds of guys instead of having to go we've got to go find a three. We've got a three. Yeah. We've got 2 threes really. Because now you can go get another guy that complements Gigi Jackson. Yes.
And further unlock him. Yes. The thing I was thinking about before was accountability, and that was from the roster all the way through. And I think that's what Islo really did bring this season. And let me tell you, fans did not like it. First sign of accountability, because everything's swell when it's new and there's a lot of leeway. But when Ja was held accountable and then backed up by the team, the head office, everyone lost their minds about Ja Morant and why they're doing this to Ja and blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, this is what we wanted. This is what it's going to take for us to take the next step. It's everyone holding each other accountability. Right. And I did think, I suppose my last takeaway from sort of the game yesterday was that I'm kind of hoping when you look back on the season to this point, have we developed a little bit of resilience? Everything that's happened, like think of how messy this season actually has played out. And the fact that the coach has been able to keep those guys together, like that European trip, that could have been that could have been a wash explosion. It could have been an explosion of epic proportions. So like the fact, like, because I don't think at any point I've ever said to myself, I think coach has lost the team. I think there's a point in the season where I've gone, he's maybe lost this player, maybe lost his ear, but I think everyone else was in on this system and could see. Well, I'll tell you this. I truthfully give a lot of credit to Jaren Jackson Jr. for that. Like, I think Jaren has been the ultimate pro in the locker room. 100%. In the locker room, you heard him talk, and I should have had the video up. He got asked yesterday about what his thoughts on potentially being moved at the trade deadline. And his answer was perfect, man. He's like, listen, I control what I can control. I talked to the GM. Like he goes, I'm not going to tell you what I talk with him about. Shout out, because that's exactly what we wanted Ja to do, But man, just incredible. Just an incredible. Like I love the way that he is being open and the professionalism in which he's carrying himself with during this time. And he's been that way for the last 3 years. When Ja's been out, it's been Jaren. Jaren's been the face, right? Like he's been the face of this team. And I love the total pro aspect of it. So, but hey, we do have some games to talk about. Again, I forgot to mention at the beginning of the show, but this is the $2 Sports Show. We are sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. They are the official odds makers for Bluff City Media Network. Shout out to FanDuel. We do have some games tonight to talk about. Let's go. I just really want to hit on the Nuggets and the Pistons tonight. Fantastic game. Pistons, back. Yeah. Jokic is back and balling out. The Pistons are minus 4-point favorites in this game. Pistons are still I just feel like the Detroit Pistons are so unappreciated for how good they are. And we're talking about Boston and how good Boston is. Jaylen Brown stepping up and doing what he's doing. But damn, dude, they're still the Detroit Pistons are still, they are so consistent, and they win, and they are still number one in the NBA Eastern Conference, and yet they are still way down the list in terms of NBA Finals odds over on FanDuel. It's crazy. Yeah, and we're just at that time of the year where trade talks, and I've heard a lot of things what do the Pistons need to do to take that next step, and all these trade ideas for Detroit, and even stuff like bringing in Jaren Jackson Jr. I would hate that so much. The thing is, And they're probably like, other than Detroit and OKC, those are probably the only two teams I'd really say this about. Is like sometimes the best moves are the ones you don't make,
Right.
and I just think keep that thing rolling. I think you'll only get better as these guys play together, and you don't need to. Like, it's not the size of the ocean. It's about keeping the ship steady. This is an 82-game regular season, and that team is built for it. And
they're built for it. Yeah, they're built for it. So they're 4-point favorites tonight. I'm a big fan of point, rebounds, assist parlays. Like, I love those because I think they're pretty. It just makes watching the game more fun for me. But here's a parlay that it's interesting, and I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. All right, points, rebounds, assists. Jokic over 43.5 points, rebounds, assists total today. Murray over 32.5 points, rebounds, assists. Cade Cunningham over 39.5. Tobias Harris over 17.5. Azar Thompson over 15.7 points, rebounds, assists. If you take that parlay in the Nuggets and Pistons game tonight over at FanDuel, that's plus 2,026 odds. $10 bet wins you $202.60.
I'm not a betting man, but that sounds pretty good to me.
I admittedly don't know what Tobias Harris has done a lot this year, but immediately when I looked at that, I was like, Tobias might not get you 17.5, but he could. He could.
I mean, he's capable, but
he's very capable. Yeah, very capable.
The trick is with Detroit is they're all system.
Yeah.
Do you know? So guys are playing real specific roles right now. So I don't know. That's probably the one I'd probably go, maybe.
Maybe, yeah. Jokic is almost a guarantee 43.5. Like, he's gonna get you a lot of points, rebounds, and assists. But shout out to FanDuel and this points, rebounds, assists parlay. If you like that, go hit it for plus 2,026 odds. $10 bet wins you $202. So shout out to FanDuel. Hey, let's take a break. When we come back, we're going to have a conversation because some reports came out. Shams came out yesterday and said that the LA Clippers are working towards trading James Harden. And so automatically the conversation came up in Grizz Nation, should the Grizzlies go after James Harden? So let's talk about that when we get back from the break. In Memphis, we know a thing or two about resilience. From the grindhouse to the Delta, we protect what's ours. But when pests invade your home, it's time to fight back. Grade A Pest knows how to handle what crawls, flies, and bites. With local experience and guaranteed results.
I'm Reggie with Grade A Pest Control. We service the Memphis metro area. That also includes DeSoto and Fayette County as well.
Grade A Pest has the entire Mid-South covered. So if bugs and pests put you to the test, let Grade A solve your problem.
Over the weekend, bro. Article came out by Sam Hardiman. No surprise to me. I wasn't waiting on this type of stuff. Maybe I was for y'all's sake, but not for mine, because I've never been. For y'all's sake. I've never been in the. Memphis is headed to Nashville. Memphis is headed to Seattle. Memphis is headed to Guatemala or Venezuela, wherever they've been talking about putting. Mexico City, yeah.
Trump invaded Venezuela and is going to send the Memphis Grizzlies to Venezuela just to make it right.
Yeah, man. Russia. I've never. None of that, right? The Smith family, which of course the FedEx family, the Fred Smith family, approached Robert Perry about what it would look like to purchase the Grizzlies from him, and he basically said to them, number one, the team's not for sale. Number two, I don't plan on moving the team. So y'all
ain't moving.
relax. Like we're not. That's not where we are, right? So that should make a lot of people feel good. You probably would feel a lot better if there was not a report about Robert Pera, being
A
phony
Russian
Starks out
mafia.
here. You know what I mean? If he wasn't
phony Starks,
if he wouldn't, and then our own Mayor Paul Young came out and said things are progressing fine. We'll probably get something resolved, pretty soon or whatever. But yeah, that made me feel good.
Tune in to the Anthony Sain Show Monday through Fridays at 1 p.m. live on the Bluff City Media YouTube channel. In Memphis, nothing comes easy, and that's exactly how we like it. This is a city built on hustle, on heart, on grit. And at Carway, our rides are built the same way. Tough, reliable, ready for the grind. No games, no gimmicks, just Memphis-style service. Real, honest, and built on trust. Where grit meets grind, you meet your next ride. Carway, grit, grind, and Pink Beetles. And welcome to the Memphis Grizzlies, your newest point guard / shooting guard, James Harden. Are you waiting to hear that?
Good God. Sorry, I just
Did you throw up?
vomited a little bit in the back of my throat when you said that. And I might need some more vodka.
Yeah.
Whew, that's better. I mean, another trade demand.
It's wild.
So let's
right?
have a look at it real quick.
Well, did he demand, or are they just working towards an amicable?
Wow, no one uses the term. We're all too politically correct. We don't use the term player demanded a trade anymore, right?
Right.
So let's look at this: 2020 Houston, 2022 Brooklyn, 2023 Philly. Brings us to the date 2026 Clippers.
Yeah,
maybe it's him.
Well, I mean, yes, I think that's probably right. But let's be honest about this LA Clippers team, though. Since he's been on this team for the last, 2 seasons, 3 seasons, he has been probably the most consistent offensive threat, the most consistent veteran, the guy that has kept this team afloat, because Kawhi's been down for a lot, right? Bradley Beal's been down for a lot. He's still an elite offensive player for in the NBA in his 37th year in the NBA.
It's the timing of the whole thing more, I think, because
it is weird, right?
You bounce Chris Paul, everyone seemed to be playing. You like Kawhi just hit another gear. You're like on a winning streak. Like you guys are absolute ball. I'm not sure the record of the last 20 games, but like they pretty much had turned their season around since we played them last. I have a little bit of a theory.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't mind,
let's go.
I want to adjust my my little thinking cap here.
Yeah,
this is all extension. This is all extension based. I don't reckon they're paying him. They have any intention of paying his extension next year. And I think he sees the science. He wants out because he doesn't have that many years left in. And I reckon he wants to lock in.
You think he wants one more contract? Is that what you're saying?
100%. I mean, how else is he going to pay the girls when he's out in the town? And
stop it. That man, hey, a video came out of him. He's got a beautiful son, a beautiful wife that he's very private about. My respect for James Harden as a man, because he's kind of had that little F-boy like reputation, hanging out with Lil Baby in the clubs and in the recording studios till all hours of the night. The fact that he put legit looked like he wore a fat suit on the way out of Brooklyn, right?
Oh, Yeah, my body shape. I don't know what.
Yeah, my body shape. What are you talking about? I've seen the pictures of you. You're a good looking guy. He was looking like me out there.
That's why I like talking to you, Kenny. You're full of compliments for me. That's why I tune in.
Obviously, where are those pictures at? Let me bring those pictures.
No. God, no. That was many a moon ago. Okay?
Many moons. Yeah. No, but I just let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there is a possibility that there is and I need to look at the numbers. I'm really bad with contracts. So he's 2-year, $81.5 million contract. Guaranteed average annual salary of $40.75 million. Could this be potentially a Ja and James swap? Like, could LA be looking at, do you think that they point guard of the future, young guy?
I think look, I'll keep my hat on for a little bit longer. This may even have something to do with the punishment about to come down or potentially come down from the Clippers.
Do you think anything's happening with that?
Well, no, but look, I've got the hat on, so I'll use it for a reason.
Let's go conspiracy theory, yes, full on.
Let's have a look at it. Kawhi, how well has he been playing? The Clippers turn their season around. All-Star games in LA. Yeah. Doesn't make the All-Star team.
It's wild, right? It's wild.
I'm just saying, contract extension coming up for James Harden. I think maybe he sees the red lights coming, the red and the blue flash it, and it's like, you know what? Best to make my move. Best to make my exit now.
So 26-27, he's got a player option in his contract he'll be 37 years old. He's got the cap hit would be $42,317,000. So it'd be 25% of the cap for each team. And in 27-28, he'll be an unrestricted free agent.
Yeah.
So obviously he'd have a player option to come back. Like, he could finish out this season with the Clippers and then have the option to, hit free agency. If he's got a player option, admittedly, I don't understand NBA contracts well. If he's got a player option in the final year of his contract, does that make him if he opts out, does that make him restricted or does that make him unrestricted?
I think it's unrestricted. I think the biggest thing to remember though with Harden is that I'm pretty sure, I haven't double checked this, should have done my homework a little bit more, but I'm pretty sure he has a no trade clause. So he can veto any trade he wants.
Does he?
I think he's like one of the only guys, or very few, left in the league. But yeah, I'm pretty sure he has one.
Have a no trade clause.
The ever trusting internet and rumors never let me down. Because the one I'm hearing at the moment is, Cleveland and Cleveland getting involved with Harden for bringing in Darius Garland. Which
that's interesting.
I find more interesting because I'm like, if you're Cleveland, why are you doing that?
Because Darius Garland is an oft-injured point guard, and maybe they realize they should not. That Cleveland doesn't. They need to go find somebody. Go get somebody in the draft, whatever it may be.
I thought it was strange a couple of months ago because the reports were coming out that Dan Gilbert wasn't happy with Cleveland. I think maybe part of this too is like maybe Cleveland are looking at this like this season's our best shot with Tatum being out in Boston. Like, yeah, Jaylen Brown's playing really well, but come playoff time, So I think maybe it might be kind of like a little bit of an all-in this season, and if not, then have we hit our peak?
Yeah, Cleveland sits 5th in the conference right now, 30-21. They're 7.5 games back. They're only 2 games back from Boston in the 3rd spot and New York in the 2nd spot. So they're still right there in the mix, right? Like, they're still right there in the mix to make a pretty deep playoff run.
Yep.
And we've seen Donovan Mitchell. He's a fantastic playoff player. Like, he's so good. Man, that's super interesting because there's also rumors coming out of LA that LeBron is going to force his way out of the Lakers and go back to Cleveland. Go.
I'm just saying, Kenny, that
let's do it.
potentially Cleveland might have Harden, Mitchell, LeBron. I think they're gonna maybe pay Mitchell next season. I'm not too sure, but
I wish I knew.
I'm making you do a lot of legwork right now.
No. Let's go Donovan Mitchell contract. This is good. This is really good. I like to know these things, and I'm back. So he has, through at least the 26-27 season, a 3-year, $150 million extension signed in July of 2024. So he has, let me look at it. He has a player option. He's on tap for next year, $50 million. Yep. He's locked in next year. The 27-28 season, he's got a player option for 53.8. And in 28-29, he's an unrestricted free agent.
Interesting.
I don't know, man. Would you hate James Harden in Memphis?
Yeah.
Just for it, the finish out the year, maybe come back next year. Does that help? Does James Harden, the gravity that he forces on the offensive side of the floor, does that, and the fact that he is able to play a lot of minutes and is available a lot of games, do you see that being a benefit at all to the Memphis Grizzlies if they were to try to go after him?
Here's my hesitation, and here's my hesitation outside of Harden and our trade deadline coming up.
Okay.
I mean, granted, we're on the outside looking in as far as playoff goes.
Yeah.
But bringing in a new player, like say Harden, right? What would be the adjustment time to him working into the system?
I don't think there would be, because it's a heavy pick. He is a heavy pick and roll guy. He is one of the best guards on a pick and roll.
No, I get that. I get that translation.
Yes.
But what about the ego hill that you have to climb? Minutes restriction, minutes, rotations. I mean, it's a factor.
I don't know, man. I just wonder what would be super interesting. One of the things that we haven't talked about much is one of the unique aspects to coaching in the NBA is you coach superstars, right?
Yeah.
Isolo has kind of had it lucky where he hasn't had, like, he's coached Ja. They've had their little blow up. He's experienced what it's like to coach a guy who's a global superstar.
Yeah.
It could have gone sideways. I think they brought it back together a little bit. But what would it look like for Isolo in his system that he likes to run to coach a ball first, I want the ball at all times, I want to play as much as possible guard in James Harden? Because right now, his main player that has been available to him all year is Jaren Jackson Jr., who is one of the most easygoing, happy-go-lucky. I don't need the ball. Don't worry about giving me the ball. Let Jitty shoot the three-pointer.
Jaren's also not quite that Harden level. Do you remember that production-wise?
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think ego-wise, and I think that's what you're alluding to, like the ego, he has no to deal with that kind of ego. So, I mean, I think it comes down to what we've kind of discussed with Jar in the past, and even I mentioned it earlier. It's the buy-in,
right?
If you can buy into the system, then I could totally. If Harden came in here and could buy into the system, I think it would just do wonders. I mean, he's productive. He's a good player.
He's extremely productive.
He's not, he's not a player I jump onto NBA 2K and make that first trade for by any means. But I mean, we could do a lot worse. And at the moment, what's been the echoing thing on the Anthony Sane show for the past 2 weeks? Ja doesn't play.
He doesn't play.
He doesn't play. So, adding that production to what we already have, I mean, I could see it working in theory. Yeah.
I mean, he's averaging, bro. Let's go through his numbers real quick. He's averaging 25.4 points per game, 8.1 assists per game, third in the NBA, shooting 41.7% or 41.9% from the field, 34.7%, 90% free throw shooter, 5 rebounds a game, 1.3 steals a game, and he is averaging 35.4 minutes a game as a 30. How old is he? 36-year-old.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, like, as bad as they were at the start of the year, and we knocked them off twice. Like,
Yeah, they've got.
Harden was good in both those games.
Yes, he killed us. What are you talking
was,
about?
I mean, like he could still produce at a higher level.
I listen. Rusty says he would hate it 100%.
Oh yeah, I know.
I'll be honest with you. I would not hate it.
All right. If the question is, Kenny,
I would not hate it.
Don't get me all my feels, man. Okay, it's early. I need my coffee first.
I know. Where's your coffee at? You're drinking your vodka and water over there at 4 a.m.
I don't know. If the question is, could I see it working? Yeah, I could see it working.
Yeah, hell yeah.
If the question is, would I want that trade to go down? I would hope there's better options, maybe.
There's not. What other options are there?
I've given you guys my trade, okay? Email that.
Okay. But he's still that doesn't what you're saying is because that I feel like that would be somehow you make the money work, but I feel like in terms of the main pieces, that would be if James wants out of LA and Ja wants out of Memphis, let's make it happen, right?
Look, I think Ty was always the plan. I think Ty was always the plan for starting point guard position. I think maybe that was always in the works.
Yeah.
I think maybe they made a decision at the end of last season rather, that that's the direction they were going to go. They got off Bane, and maybe what we're seeing was already scripted.
I know that's your big conspiracy theory.
That's
one of them.
That's it.
And I'll be honest with you. I think the trade. I still think as much as I hate.
Would you make that move?
The James and Ja?
Yeah.
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 It's hard to argue.
I want a guy who plays. Edward is saying, does he take us past the second round? No, but who is Ja?
Yeah.
Is Ja? He's playing? He has played how many games this year? He has played 44 games this year.
Yeah.
Ja's played less than half of that.
And hey, there's always a first time. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's always a first time.
All it takes is the first time, baby. Oh man, I listen. I've never, in the year of our Lord 2026, I never thought that I'd be having a conversation about James Harden being part of the Memphis Grizzlies, but I wouldn't mind it.
It's not I mean, look. I think this is the state of where we're at as Grizzlies fans, right? Like, because we've been deprived of like production at that position for so long now. For 3 seasons, we've been deprived that anything's looking better than nothing. You know,
hey, 20 games of Ja, when he's out there, he's incredible. When he's not quitting on his team in the second half of the Lakers game.
Yeah.
But are we still waiting? Like, are we still going to wait?
Yeah. Well, we're about to hit is it a 6-game road trip or something like that?
I think so.
It's going to be real interesting. Our next one, I think, is Sacramento, which is right on the trade deadline. So it's going to be real interesting to see what this team looks like by that Sacramento game. We might be just dropping Ja off, and hey, it's just one way. Sorry.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games in a row on the road: Sacramento, Portland, Golden State, Denver. Jesus.
Might be a quick road trip for Ja.
Well, so it's between, Hey, we're at Sacramento on the 4th. Might tell him, hey, let's take you over to this.
Zach Kleiman jumps out the back of the get his bags off.
Let's take you here to the home locker room real quick over in Sacramento.
It's like, it's like when you're with a bunch of mates and there's always that fringe dweller.
Yeah.
Fringe dweller outside the circle that's like,
it's just kind of lurking. He's just kind of lurking. He doesn't say a whole lot. Yeah.
It's like quick. Let's you finish a game or something, or you're out somewhere when he's with you. You're like, let's get out of here quick before he needs to lift home. Like, come on, guys, jump in the car.
How did he show up? Who invited him? Someone delete that group chat. Oh, that's so funny, man. That's so funny. All right, to close out the show, we got one more FanDuel number for you. Bucks best bet. Rusty, Buckets, and Uncle Buck sent their best bet in today. Bet the hit rates. I guess this is a parlay. Pascal Siakam 4+ assists. Matas Buzelis 3+ threes.
I like that kid.
That kid can ball out.
Yeah.
Keyshawn George 4+ rebounds. Plus 595 on that. That's a little gas money bet for you. $10 wins you $59. Shout out to FanDuel, Pascal Siakam. I like this bet because it's not the main guys, right? Like it's not the main folks. It's dudes who are they could do this. 4+ assists for Pascal Siakam. Yeah. Matas Buzelis is balling out for Chicago. Keyshawn George 4+ rebounds. Let's do it. Plus 595 Bucks best bet. Wayno. I think we might see the show back over to Rusty tomorrow, and let him have his show back. But dude, I really appreciate you jumping on with me the last couple of days. You're the man, dude.
Anytime. It's been a ball. It's been a ball. Absolute pleasure.
I love the conspiracy theories. I love your trades. I think you are a fantastic artist and everything, but I think you might have missed your calling as a GM. I think we might need to have a conversation about kind of shoehorning you in over on the Grizzlies side, because your Milwaukee Grizzlies trade is definitely.
Look, I got the parish nod of approval yesterday. I take that very highly. That's like a badge.
Oh, I almost jumped your whole trade up. I was messing it up so bad. He was like, "Bro, the money doesn't work."
I couldn't type quick enough. I was like, "No."
I was like, Wayno is gonna kill me because I know this trade works, but I cannot remember what the trade is. My brain is mush sometimes.
I would do the GM gig, but I just don't do well in a suit. Like I don't,
You don't have to wear a suit. You could wear whatever you want. You're a GM.
Wear this?
Listen, don't let the nerds make you wear suits, man. You can wear whatever you want to wear.
Damn,
You're one now. All right, everybody. Shout out to y'all for joining the show today. Thank y'all for tuning in with us, hanging out with us. Anthony Stain Show will be on in about 52 minutes. So come hang out with us at 1 p.m. We're going to have a good time. It gets a little crazy in that show, so we're going to have a good time over there. But shout out to you, Wayno. I appreciate you, man.
Cheers, man. It's been fun.
All right, we'll see you back here at 11 on the Two Buck Sports Show tomorrow. Rusty will be back, and he'll have somebody on with him, hopefully. I don't know. Might just be him. He's got a lot to get off his chest. So, All right, we'll see y'all back here tomorrow. Thank you for listening to the Two Buck Sports Show. If you enjoyed this episode, leave a rating and a review wherever you download your podcasts. Also, like and subscribe to Bluff City Media's YouTube page. We'll see you back here next time.